What's up guys, it's Gaff from Cardfight Nation, and I have a little comparison video for you guys today. Just comparing the two sort of good versions of Kagero at the moment, Goku and Lawkeeper. So basically, first off, we've got Conroe, the best starter currently, basically. If you don't know his effects, Counterblast 1, retire him and search for another grade 1. So obviously you can either search out your null guards if you don't have them, your 8Ks, or the other specifics that are run in each deck. So we'll talk about the deck that I play mostly, which is Goku, and move on to Lawkeeper afterwards. So the grade 3s, we've got, you generally run mostly Overlord and obviously Dragonic Goku, since the deck's based around him. Like, you do have a few other options, like you can throw in Executioner, but I like Overlord just because it's 11. So if you don't end up riding Goku, which does happen due to the whole, I didn't draw it, you can ride Overlord and you're on 11, and it's not going to be a game-breaking situation, unlike if you ride Executioner and you're like, and yeah, you're just swinging for 12. You might have bar behind you, but if they're running Overlord or Surikaiza or something stupid like that, Tsukiyomi, etc., you're not going to be hitting good numbers anyway. So those are the grade 3s. Other specific things? Well, he's not really specific, but he's just good. Berserk Dragon. Oh, I should probably explain the effects of these two before I move on. Goku, when you drive check a grade 3, you get to kill a grade 1 or lower. So basically, what he does, if you run 8 grade 3s, beside himself, you're running 7 extra triggers. So that puts your trigger total to 23. And if you run 9, that puts it to 24. So basically you run 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal, and 7 kill. Is what I sort of picked the name up of. So you drive check grade 3s, and you pop them off. Pop off their 8Ks, you pop off their annoying boosters that have good effects, you just pop off whatever. So it's free stuff, and free stuff is good. And Overlord is, the effect isn't even worth worrying about. Kind of last 3, you can stand again if you kill rear guards, and you get +5, and null guard, and you just waste 3 Counterblast. That's basically it. Berserk Dragon, Counterblast 2, retire a grade 2 or lower. It's good, you can kill all their boosters. That's basically the point of Goku. As you can tell by his effect, you just kill off their boosters so they can't hit you, basically. In this version, you run 4 Berserk Dragon pretty much mandatorily, I think. Like, you can run 3, but I just want to be able to see at least 1 Berserk Dragon a game. I run 4, and sometimes I never see it, so definitely think it's worth running 4 of. We also have, for retiring Kimnara, Counterblast 1, put him in the soul, and you can kill off a grade 1 rearguard, not grade 1 or lower, just grade 1. So you kill off the 8Ks for 1 for 1. So it's a break even, basically. And then we have the things besides your null guard, super strong bar, and Flame of Hope ammo. Ammo, I think, should only be running Goku. Just because of the whole idea of Lawkeeper, which is hitting magic numbers. I think ammo sort of suits this deck better as well, because you can run 9 grade 3s, and I'm thinking about testing 9 grade 3s. And ammo allows you to get rid of those if you don't have your Baris, or if you have actual attacking space, and you haven't filled up your field with Overlords. In Lawkeeper is not as efficient. Like, you can do the exact same thing, get rid of dead cards, but behind Lawkeeper, you're swinging for 19, and unless they're riding Ganslot like a bad player, or they haven't gotten their right chain off with Tsukiyomi because they're a bad player, there's not really much they can do about it. They're gonna lose anyway. So, and if you got it behind Goku, you hit 16, and since I'm an English player and I only play English, the most you'll ever have to hit is 16. Well, not the most, that was worded poorly. The minimum you should be hitting is 16. That way, if they play Overlord or Surikaiza, etc., you're not gonna lose. So that's those out of the way. That's basically it. Like, it's field annihilation. That's how Goku works. Kill their field, you win, etc. Now, Lawkeeper card we got in Extra Booster 3. Basically, he gets +3 when you attack and the number of rear guards your opponent has is +3. And it's just attack, not when it attacks a Vanguard or any of that annoying stuff. And its limit break ability is an activate ability. You counterblast 1, and you bind all their rear guards. And they get to call back 4. So basically, if they have full field, they lose something of their choice. So if you're playing against Azel, they'll kill one of their heal triggers that they top decked. The entire point, really, is to hit those good numbers. And especially with the release of set 3 in English. We've got Dual Axe as well, which allows us to hit good numbers in conjunction with his effect. And before that, we were using the other card from Extra Booster, which is Lawkeeper, which just gets +2 generically when you attack the Vanguard. Those are the great 3s you run. You can run Dual Axe, you cannot. You can sort of choice between these two. And you can run Overlord as well if you feel so inclined. So basically the Conroe choice, which you'll search with Conroe, is either that or that if you don't have them. Basically you need to sort of figure out what they're playing. So if they turn over, say, the Crimson Lion Cref, search Gojo. Because if you put him behind Lawkeeper, you'll be hitting 20. And the difference between 20 and 21 against Azel is about that much. Nothing. So you sort of got to look at your matchup and see what you're going to need. If they turn over, can't even remember what the Nova Grappler starter is, that white lion tiger thing, you grab bar. That way, Lawkeeper's going to be swinging for 21. And you're not going to get raped by, bad cards. But yeah, ideal sort of field looks a bit like this. You sort of want to have 3 bars because that would be very super strong. Because bar is super strong. He's an AK. So yeah, I have something here as well. Like, not Kimnara, but you get the idea. And yeah, use his effect. You bind the interceptors. You sort of activate these guys' effects, and you swing for big numbers and make them drop 2 to 3 cards on every single attack. So it's very good. There's also the issue of Berserk Dragon and Kimnara on how many you need to run. It's a lot less than what it would be in Goku. Well, not a lot, but the difference between 3 and 4 is a lot on how often you'll actually see them in a card game. You could do the math, but Kimnara, you can use Lawkeeper's effect and does the exact same thing as Kimnara. You still want Kimnara because you can kill off the AKs, which will annoy you, and your opponent won't play more than 4 if they see Lawkeeper or if they predict Lawkeeper by what you've searched with Conroe. That's why searching with Gojo with Conroe sort of reveals that you're playing Lawkeeper against someone who knows what they're doing. If you search bar, it could be anything, really. And Berserk Dragon's the same deal. Like, you're using the counterblast on something that you don't really need to. Like, you don't have to use Lawkeeper's effect every turn. It's not that kind of card where you just automatically use the effect. You just need to use it if they have more than 2, or you don't have a way of making them go down to 2 rear guards to activate both these guards' effects. I personally would be running 2 for Lawkeeper, obviously, probably 2 Dual Axe and 2 Executioner. I like Dual Axe, the artwork on it's amazing, and it goes up to 13, and that, especially at my meta, at my locals, we have a lot of Nova players and a lot of people that ride Juggernaut Maximum, like good players, and Kagero player runs Overlord as their main and all this other stuff. Tsukiyomi now, and you just need to be able to hit 21, or at least 16. With Goku, it's no problem. You search ammo with Conroe, yeah, that's right, and you just sort of go with it. That's it on Lawkeeper. Now I've got to go through the basic stuff for Kagero. Possibly should have done this first, but what else? 2 10Ks, run probably 4 of each, because 10Ks are good. You can run a Tejas if you feel like it, but Bari, you can run 3, because Conroe can search it. I run 4, because Null Guards are good against Azel, and we have good Gold Paladin players, unfortunately. Trigger lineup, which is something that I've been sort of thinking about since we've gotten Blu-ray Draco Kid now. There's the well, let's talk about this issue before we talk about the draw trigger issue. Before set 3, it was 8 crit 4 draw. That was it. Like, you had the trial deck ugly thing that's only 3k and it's bad. And the shiny rare embodiment spear tar guy. And you ran 4 of each, and you ran Monica or Gatling Claw. But just 12 crit. One of the guys at my locals, he plays 12 crit, and he wins by double crit a lot. He is a good player, very much so. And double crit wins games, because they're 3 damage, and I will not guard that, and double crit you lose. And I just went all over the place. So that's sort of, you're thinking that that could be good, but you also don't get the good draw triggers. Draw triggers are very good. They're very good. Very good. Draw triggers work well both on your turn and your opponent's turn, no matter what damage you're on. They're amazing triggers. Not as good as crits and heals, but they're far better than stance, and that puts in never mind. So the issue is whether to run 12 crit or to run 8 crit 4 draw. Obviously, that goes and you run 4 tar and 4 blue ray, because they're 5k each, and blue ray Draco Kid looks better than Raksha, and Spear looks better than Raksha, and Raksha is bad. I don't like it. Issue is the draw triggers. Monica, it's a 5k. Gatling Claw, it's a 4k. It's an effect. It can kill off grade 0s. So it can kill off starters if they don't disappear straight away, like Criff. And if you go first and they ride a grade 2 and they attack and you take damage, you can use a counterblast and kill off their Criff. Holy crap, that is good. That is very good, because they don't get to waste their Gareth and their Bowmains and 2 cards off the field to superior ride to a grade 3 and get Twin Drive. And it will change the game. Not really. It's okay. Like, I like Gatling Claw. I really do. The artwork on it is awesome. It's part of a bad superior ride, so what can go wrong? It's just it's 4k. If it was 5k, I'd be running like 100 of these. Not really. I'd be running 4. But I just don't know. Like, I've tested Gatling Claw, and I'm the kind of guy that will play. Well, so we've got Conroe here, and we ride Bar because we are a good player, and we move Conroe here, and I will call Monica here. Swing for tight. Yes, good, very good. And I'll swap hands so I can swing properly. So swing with ride. I'm all over the place because I'm using my left hand to film. Yeah, and another bar. I am a player who would do this, very much so, because I am aggressive and I push. So they have ridden Slagle Dagger, for example, in swing. No triggers, awesome. Swing, they get a draw trigger off the damage, but crit. Plus 5. 15 into your 12, they still have to drop 5. Unless they want to take 1, 2, 3, 4 damage first turn. I've done 4 damage from first turn. Just because they only had grade 2s in their hand, and that was they had 1 grade 1 in their hand. I won that game, obviously. Now, obviously in that sort of a situation, being Gatling Claw wouldn't really matter. But let's say they are... No, not Berserk Dragon, that voids the point. They are... Garp. They have ridden Garp, and they have an ammo behind it because they're playing Goku like a good player. And let's move my stuff back. And that is now Gatling Claw Dragon. And that's... Ignore that that's a bad line. And I have Overlord or something. Overlord is there. And we have Gojo there. Like, now we swing. No, oh, 9, can't hit. Because I don't need to use Conroe yet, so I'm not going to use Conroe yet. And if I use Conroe, I don't have a booster. But that line can't hit anyway, so who cares? I like 5s, because 5 shield. It's... Yeah, I'm spending too much time on this, but... It's the biggest sort of debate, well, not the biggest sort of debate, but one of the bigger issues when you're playing Kagero is whether to run this, whether to run, where'd it go? Yep. Okay. Like, this looks cooler by far. She's Dragon Lady, but yeah. The 5k is why I like to run her over Gatling Claw Dragon. That's pretty much all it is. Gatling Claw gets a retire off, but in all honesty, I don't really see any sort of grey zeros that I will kill besides Mecha Trainer and Conroe. And by the time that you're sort of able to, if you don't have them in opening hand, it's kind of useless. If you have this in opening hand, it's very good. Like, if you have both of them there in opening hand, it's really good. Like, 10, you give yourself trigger, that's 12. And smack into there. That's 15. Can't count. Never mind. But yeah, even if you don't use Conroe's skill, it's very good. You sort of need to... you can do this. If you didn't have Conroe, you'd run Gatling Claw. Okay? I'll just leave it at that. Just because Conroe's a movable card, that's why Monica... You can call Monica to the front. And then you ditch that, you grab off a bar, and you put it behind your Dragonic Overlord that you rode, and then you can move that back, and you can call... Not Berserk Dragon. Berserk Dragon would be bad in this situation. You can call Nahalem, and against that guard, attack level 15, you have to drop 10. It's very good. If the only bad thing is if you call Berserk Dragon. Oh look, counter blast. Random 2 cards. Flip. Damn you, flip. And now, you lose a card. Bye, Armo, bye. And now I attack for 14, they drop 5. Ah, no. It's sort of, yeah, you need to have pre-planning if you're gonna sort of do this kind of thing. But yeah, that's basically the comparison, sort of. Probably didn't make much sense. I gotta get better at this whole YouTube thing. I'll do a deck profile of my Goku deck at some point, probably. Once I sort of figure out what I'm gonna do with it and I playtest it a lot. Because I didn't run it at my release tournament on the weekend. I played Narukami, so. What I will do is I will tell you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, and where'd it go? And Conrad tells you to subscribe. You're very, yes, very, okay. Yes, so, whoops. The Goku deck profile will be coming. I'll have games coming. I'll have everything coming. Yes. It's all going to be there. Even Kai. Kai will be there too. With his condescending face. Alright. Thank you for watching.